What's up, guys? So I did the stupidest thing last night of logging out of my computer in the games to give my computer a rest like any normal human being would do. But as you can see now, you are stuck in the endless queue cycle. And what's worse is that we're not even getting past the queue at all. We're not even moving like 10 spots because we're getting black screen of death. Server connection lost. Issues like that like crazy. So, we're also reading the forums now and seeing how bad the queue is on the EU server and all the other servers. We were on Vengeance, which is actually the lower queue server. It's the lesser liked of the two fresh start servers. Vengeance's queue for non-patron is around 2,000. We're hearing that Reckoning's queue for patron is around 1,500. So there's 1,500 plus patrons in queue on Reckoning, we're hearing. Our non-patron queue is only about 2,000 on Vengeance, so a lot lower population there, but that doesn't even include all the people that are on the game. So I know this is a very unpopular opinion, but I believe that it's the time they release a third Fresh Start server for North America. They also should probably release a second Fresh Start server for EU so that they don't have to sit in what I'm hearing is a 1,000 patron queue as well. We don't know the server capacity, but we do know that they've upgraded the hardware supposedly, which means that with the new hardware, the new tech, they're pushing the servers further wherever that server capacity was. So if the servers initially could only hold, say, 5,000 players, first of all, the rumored is somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000 active players online is what the servers can hold normally. With these hardware upgrades, what they're saying is that they're enhancing the servers to push past that initial mark. So if the initial mark was 5,000 players on at the same time, now with the server hardware upgrades, they are pushing it slowly but surely up higher and higher and higher to potentially say like 6,000 or 7,000 or 8,000 and so forth. So we don't know where exactly they're at with the numbers, but they've enhanced the North American servers a couple times. And we're still seeing this massive queue. They do need to implement the AFK kick timer. Even though it's not effective, it will help get the job done and get players in a little bit easier. The only reason I can think them not wanting to implement the AFK kick timer is because maybe it puts more stress on the servers if everyone is actually out there punching a house. Because a lot of people will punch a house to stay online, and that works. That's a nice get around to it. But that's the only reason I can think. It will actually kick some people off because not everyone knows about the AFK punch house trick. It's not a very common trick. People will figure it out and it will get spread. But yeah, it will actually help with the server queues. It will kick people off that are AFKing for labor. And there's a lot of non-patrons that are AFKing for labor because that's the only way that they can get labor. At least with the patron status, you're able to get labor regeneration offline. So it's not as bad for me since I have my patron accounts and I'm getting labor while offline. As long as you don't hit the labor cap, which should be pretty hard to do since the game has now only been live for 3 days, and you only get 2,800 labor every single day. So it shouldn't be that hard. You shouldn't be capping out on labor unless you absolutely spent like nothing since like day one. But yeah, releasing a third server for North America and a second server for EU, although may seem short-sighted, will actually help dramatically. Whoa, we actually got in here. Let's see if we get any further. Nope, server connection lost. Wow, that was quick. That was easy, guys. We got in and we got connection lost within a second. Craziness. So, as you can see, all the other servers are perfectly fine. You could play on the other servers if you wanted to, but no one wants to play on the old servers. The old servers are trash. There's tons of exploits that have happened there, glitches, tons of inflated money. It's horrible. You don't want to play in the old servers. And 3.0 is a brand new gaming experience with lots of system changes, and you got people that have stored up tons of seeds and tons of vocation badges for, this patch on the legacy servers. So releasing a third server, even though some people may say it's short-sighted and there's going to be server merges down the road, I think they have to do it. I think they have to release a third North America server to help alleviate the queue. You don't want to turn away thousands upon thousands of paying players potentially from your game. And that's what they're doing right now. Patron players are doing chargebacks like crazy. and a lot of people are just ultra pissed off. A third server would make some people pissed off, but those people are already pretty much either pissed off left or maybe even playing in game already. A third server is a great option here. They definitely need a third server for North America, and I do highly recommend a second server for EU. There should not be a wait time any greater than 1 hour for a server to play a game. I mean, it's just unheard of. You should be able to get in within an hour, regardless if you are a paying player or a non-paying player. You should be able to get in within an hour anytime. It's asking longer than an hour wait is ridiculous, and it's something that should not be tolerated. And I do encourage anyone that is extremely pissed off to do chargebacks if you have actually purchased anything. This is not the way that they should handle it. They should have more servers available. Yes, merging in the future could potentially suck, but they've shown that they will let servers live with the lowest population, as you've seen with some of the older servers, Olo, Taiyang, Safaria, and so forth, have a lowish population, and they're not merging them. They're perfectly fine with it. So having a server, these fresh start servers will have a lot more population than the old legacy servers. Even the absolute worst fresh start server will have a higher population than the old legacy server, no question about it. So there it is, 3 servers, maybe even 4 depending on how bad the load is. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much the servers can potentially hold. If the servers can really hold 10,000, then 3 servers would definitely work. If the servers can only hold 5,000 at a time, you may be looking at even 4 servers. But the problem what they did last time is they released 3 new servers right at the same time to alleviate the queue, and then those 3 servers kind of faded off because 3 was too much. So 1 new server will probably be good. Going 4 would be kind of insane, but again, I don't know the actual numbers of how many people are trying to log in, and how many are going to stick around at all for this week and this craziness.